Hey Dan, Matthew here with freeprescriptionlenses.com, and with the help of my GoPro camera, I'm going to show you how I cut prescription lenses for your RayBan 5283 color 5139, which is the striped brown and the 49 eye size. So let me take everything out of the original packaging. Your RayBan case, your RayBan frame, your RayBan cleaning cloth, which on the back side, ooh, this thing dusty from inside the case. Blow everything out there. Ah, it bit me! It bit me! Sorry, I'm having fun with my job. You think I'm having fun now? Wait till I start picking on you. Alright, but this is how it comes with a little plastic sleeve on the temple, and that's how it falls off when I'm talking about it. So, I'm going to take out the original demo lenses that say RayBan, and I'm going to put your frame into the tracing element and hit the trace button of my $30,000 Santanelli. This is the LE1000 patternless edger, and the stylus is going to pop up and trace the shape of the left lens, and then it's going to trace the shape of the right, here at freeprescriptionlenses.com, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed in quality. They're only disappointed in me. No. So Dan is here visiting from a strange faraway place called England. I've never heard of it. I don't know where it is. It sounds strange and exotic. I think there's palm trees and unicorns there. So I'm going to pull up the shape of your lens onto the computer. Let me put in your pupillary distance of 64.5. 64.5 it is! These are polycarbonate lenses that I'm cutting for a Xyl frame, which is just an old school name for plastic. So let's begin. Watch this. Whee! Okay. I went to school for years to learn how to do that. Don't try that at home. So your lenses read minus 150, minus 50 at 80. Your left lens reads minus 150, minus a quarter at 80. So I'm going to take your lens out of its protective sleeve, spin the axis wheel of my Marco 101 lensometer to 80 degrees. I'm going to put the power drum on minus 150. Put your lens into the eyepiece, and I'm going to look and check, make sure your spherical power of minus 150 comes in. Check your astigmatism correction. Everything looks good there, and I will explain what all that means in just a moment. And now I'm going to darken the 3 dots that I just put on your lens so you can keep score at home, and that is the right lens. So I'll put an R there. Let me do the same thing for your left lens. Ironically and rarely, you have the same axis of your left eye, so I do not need to turn the axis wheel. I do not have to turn the power drum, except back to 150. Put the lens in, rotate until the sphere power comes in clearly. Check the astigmatism correction, which is hardly any in your left lens. Put 3 more dots on your lens. Let me darken those 3 dots one more time. And this is, I'm going to put an L on there, which stands for not right. Okay, speaking of not right, that's me. This is a block, or as I like to call it, Jenny from the block. I need to attach this to your lens. Somehow I can rest it on top maybe. No, that's not going to work either. But I need to attach this to the lens. This is what's going to hold it in place while it is cutting. So, I need a double-sided adhesive sticker, and I need one now. And when you know it, 3M, the same people who bring you useless Post-it notes, have brought us useless double-sided adhesive stickers. The black side is the sticky side. I'm going to stick that onto the block. Pull the tape away to make my side sticky. Get everything lined up. Now essentially what I'm looking into is an optical crosshair. I have a vertical meridian and a horizontal one. Hopefully you can see that. And I need to get those dots lined up perfectly. You can't see that, but I tell you what, since I'm the one driving, why don't you let me look through it. So that's why I put the 3 dots on there. It has to be lined up perfectly. Your lens cannot become disoriented in the frame, or you just won't see as well. So let's do the same thing for the left lens, the not right lens. Put the sticker on there, pull that tape away, get everything lined up perfectly, or as close to perfect as you think it can be, since you're watching this from a million miles away. Oh yeah, it's accurate, sure. Can you see my nose growing? So I've put your lens into the chuck, or as I like to call it, the Charles, because I just don't know the machine well enough to call it chuck. But these calipers are going to come down, and they're tracing the right side of your frame for the shape, starting with the rear surface, the back surface of the lens, and then it's going to move over and trace the front surface of the lens, which is the convex side of the lens. All the while measuring the thickness at every point along the way to know where to place the bevel so it fits best inside the frame. The actual cutting wheel is down here on the bottom left. It's that lighter color wheel that acts like a heavy grit sandpaper to grind away Your lens material in this wheel in the center is going to put the channel, well, put the bevel so it fits inside the frame. I will have to close the door in a moment. For now, I just want you to see as your prescription lens touches down on the cutting wheel. Ooh, that loud. So your lenses are made out of polycarbonate. Polycarb is 40% thinner and lighter than regular plastic. It is also virtually unbreakable. It is bulletproof up to 22 caliber and has both UVA and UVB protection, and it also rotates. It's also low in sodium, it's hypoallergenic, and it also has both UVA and UVB protection built into the lens. We know what the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays can do to your skin, where your eyes are 8 times more sensitive than your skin. So you have permanent sunscreen for your eyes. This is also an aspheric lens, meaning it's not round. A spherical lens gives you that ugly cosmetic fishbowl, bulging eyes appearance. These are much flatter lenses that are going to fit inside the frame just wonderfully, just super. Now the bevel is being applied to the lens. So Dan has left the comforts and safety of his home, and he has swam across the ocean just to come to America to go to waitressing school in Boston. Excuse me, he's studying to become a waiter. It's an 11 or 12 year program, but when he's done, he's going to be the best waiter that anyone has ever seen. No, actually, hopefully he's here curing cancer, or something even more important, stupidity. Hopefully he's curing stupidity. So one day, I will be normal. Right. Sorry, Dan, just having fun here. I love what I do. I joke around a lot. I take my work seriously, just not myself. Okay, your right lens is just about done. I want to take it out of the machine, dry it off so it's not slippery. It's always embarrassing when you drop a lens. So you still, like me, you still have some rough edges here. So I'm going to use my handstone, which is completely flat. I can put my finger on it while it's running. You want me to put my tongue on it? But I'm going to smooth out those rough edges. Actually, I lied. I'm going to melt those rough edges, and then I'm going to take my occupational thumbnail and scrape all of that material off of your lens. It is called Schwarf, that white powdery substance. And I do this so much, I've worn a V-shaped bevel into my thumbnail. But once it's all off your lens and on the counter, I carefully and very responsibly collect it into one pile, and then I wipe it on the floor. Okay, because I like to remind kids, hey kids, I went to school for years to learn how to make a mess like that. So kids, if you want to grow up and make a mess, you gotta stay in school. So, let's see if the lens fits. I'm going to tuck it in at the outside corner and push down at the nose. No, it's not even close to fitting. It's wanting to fight me. So, I'm going to take it down about 0.2 of a millimeter, and all my American friends out there who have no clue what a millimeter is, it is the distance between my thumbnails. I'm going to take 1/5 of that distance off, all the way around the circumference of your lens until it fits into your frame. It'll fit in here somehow. If you close it up, there we go. I think it works that way. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. But everyone out there, you buy the genuine, authentic RayBan frame and you will receive free, clear, single vision prescription lenses or non-prescription fashion lenses if that's your thing. If you have vision insurance and you don't wear glasses but you want a really cool look, just holler at me. My receipt has my federal ID tax number on it, so you can get reimbursed from your insurance company, or if you have unused health savings account flex dollars, I will take care of everything for you. So slowly, slowly, slowly it goes round until 0.2 of a millimeter is going to come off the circumference of your lens. So Dan, have you enjoyed your stay in Boston? Have you got a chance to see the Great Wall yet? Or do any ice fishing? If you can, take a plane ride at early morning over the deserts just outside Boston, and it's really beautiful, really, really beautiful. Take a hot air balloon ride. Okay, back to the handstone real quick for the safety bevel. Back to using my thumbnail to scrape that off. Back to reminding kids, you gotta stay in school. Okay, so now let's see if it fits. I'm gonna tuck it in at the outside corner and using my thumbs, actually let's push it in anywhere it'll go. And snap, we are in. I may have to get that oriented a little bit better, but that's no problem. Let's go ahead and start cutting your left lens. Flip the machine over to L for not right and hit start. And just like before, the calipers are going to come down, but this time they're going to trace the shape of the left side of your frame to make sure the lens is large enough to fit in there. And it will. This is just a routine procedure. Always starting with the concave surface, the rear surface of the lens closest to the eyelashes. Then it's going to move over and trace the convex side of the lens, which sits away from the face. And that concludes today's vocabulary lesson. And as soon as your left lens starts cutting, I'm going to continue to work on the right. And go. So this block is no longer needed. I'm going to pop that off. Pull that away. Pull the sticker off. Dry your lens a little bit. And since I'm still on the axis of 80, put the lens in and check it. Actually, it needs to be rotated just a little bit. Being close to round, the lens can pop in any direction. Let me check that. Much better. Check your astigmatism. We are good there. Now your prescription reads, your right eye reads minus 150, minus 50 at 80. Your left eye reads minus 150, minus a quarter at 80. The unit of measurement we use in the optical field is called a diopter, spelled D-I-O-P-T-E-R. It goes in quarter increments starting at 0, also known as plano, but better known as non-prescription. It goes up from there, 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, 1, 1 1/4, 150. So that means you need 6 steps of correction in your right eye and your left eye to get everything to the correct size. That's what the spherical component does. Without your glasses on, everything is much larger than it appears in real life, so when you put your glasses on, it will minify 6 steps. Now you need another 2 steps of correction for your astigmatism. There is a stigma over the word astigmatism. It just means shape, everyone. Don't freak out. It is not a disease. It is not an affliction. Think of it as the fine-tune knob. This first number makes everything the correct size. Astigmatism is what makes everything blurry. So 6s and 8s, or the letters P and F look alike. So think of this as the fine-tune knob, where we're going to tune everything where it's nice and crisp. Now, a straight line, also known as a 180 line, you have 0 and one end, 180 in the middle, at one end and 90 in the middle. We're going to turn that fine-tune knob just before 90 on both lenses to get everything nice and crisp. Just like the lettuce that is awaiting for me for my dinner when I come home, because my wife wants to put me on a diet. Yeah, that's right. I'm talking about you, honey. So, ooh, look at that little piece of Schwarf sticking off there. Whee! I got you. I got you. Okay, so back to the handstone. Back to the safety bevel. And you see how safe I am when I'm beveling that. Look at that. That's a good one right there. That's a little giblet. Ooh, that's a neck bone right there that pulled off. Look, it's even stuck into the V of my thumbnail. See, that's why I can't have nice thumbnails. So, but in honor of my wife, who I was just talking about, she hates it when I throw this stuff on the floor. So in her honor, I'm going to carry all of this to the trash can, and I want you to see how difficult it is to travel that far. All right, I'm wiping it into my hands. Now follow me as I go to the trash can. I mean, honestly, who has time to do that in the course of a work day? It's so much easier just to wipe that on the floor. So let's go ahead and get your left lens mounted. I'm going to tuck it in at the outside corner, and using my thumbs, I press down and it snaps in. Let's take this block off. Put it in the lensometer, read the power. I'm getting minus 150. Minus a quarter, I'm ending up with a minus 175 total power. Because as we all remember from high school algebra, when you have 2 minuses, you add them together, so that's why minus 150 and minus a quarter gives me a total power of minus 175. Now your pupillary distance is 64.5. So I'm going to hold this up and I'm going to put my PD stick against my thumb on your right lens at 0. And when we hold it up over the left lens, we're getting 64.5. So that is made perfectly. The last thing I want to do as I'm cleaning your lenses off is get them in standard alignment. I like to point out that if you get these and they're too loose or they're too tight or they're high on one side or the other, that's because 80% of people have one ear that's higher than the other. That's why not all, but 99% of all optical shops will do free adjustments if you ask them. So when you receive these in the mail, and if they don't fit perfectly, just stop by your local place. It only takes about 30 seconds to a minute to get them adjusted, and no one cares where you bought them at. But for now, I'm going to get them in standard alignment, also known as the 3-point stance. The 3 points are 1, 2, and the bottom of the frame being 3. I set them on the counter. I press down, there is no wobble. I flip them over, press down, there is no wobble. Close each temple to make sure they overlap perfectly, and they do, and there's the same amount of tension on each hinge, and there is. So if anyone has any questions, just email me at freeprescriptionlenses@gmail.com. Dan, I hope you enjoyed as I got silly making your glasses. I apologize, I've just had too much coffee late this afternoon. Catch me in the morning when I'm tired. I'll tell no jokes then. But that's that, and hopefully everyone else has got the chance to see, you know it's coming, how I bring that love and feeling back to glasses. Thank you.